guy jungle.
Alright, I do like this. The roamer show for the side of Team Singapore is going to be a pretty solid counter to the Franco because Shinpo just makes the Iron Hook miss completely. But this is going to be Team Indonesia going up against Team Singapore. These two teams did not get the chance to go up against one another in the 30th SEA Games. So this is going to be their first time meeting here on the SEA Games stage, and both teams going to have a lot to prove. Indonesia, will they be able to solidify their position in the semi-finals, or will Singapore be the obstacle that stops their path?
The first game going up against Indonesia as well as Singapore. I do want to see how they will control the map, because I keep preaching it over and over, especially going up against a team from Indonesia where they have this unique sixth sense where even if they don't have vision, they somehow know you're in the bush. It's almost unfair how they know where you are at all times.
That's just the power of having excellent map awareness there, as now JPL going to be the one playing aggressively against Indonesia to try and stop them from taking the buff. This is quite interesting, considering that I thought the Franco would be the one trying to steal the buff away from Reminiscent.
Yeah, it looks like over here, it looks like Indonesia, they just want to protect their own farm. They're not looking to push too much earlier in the game, probably just because they want the level 2 power spike first, and then they see what they're going to do with it. But overall, Singapore, yeah, as you said, they're being the one that is being a little bit aggressive. Looking at the Cho, he is at the orange buff, but your good is as good as mine as what's happening down there.
Yeah, JPL is going to be doing his best to try and slow down this farm on the box here, as now CW and Vin going to be just diving at him here. Literally nothing he can do, as the first blood going to go over to the Popol and Koopa on the side of Team Indonesia.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I feel like it would be a better play just to clear the minion. So even if you do die, you still will be able to secure the minion for yourself. But either ways, right now, Indonesia has a 1-kill advantage. But other than that, the rest of the map is pretty quiet.
What's going to be most important to watch out for is this turtle timing. We know that Indonesia tends to be more passive until this first objective spawns, and that is when they start to make their advantage known. But Albert gonna get caught out. The heavy spin gonna be able to knock him back, but get caught out in the Mystic Field, saving Albert.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a good situation for Indonesia to actually start it up, just because Akai has already used his Hurricane Dance, so he cannot use that big crowd control to put anyone on the side. But look at Vin. Vin almost got chunked out by Sailor. A lot of damage, but still not enough. And focus still is going to be given. Singapore managing to secure the turtle for themselves.
That's an interesting bit of miscommunication coming out of Team Indonesia, because Sans was the one who set up the turtle into retribution range with the dawning light. You would think that just by telling Albert, hey, I'm going to ult the turtle, he would have his reti ready, but Reminiscent was the one who was able to secure it on time, so that's going to be a slight advantage for Singapore. Indonesia, though, not phased. They still have the network lead.
Not gonna lie, I double-checked just in case if I said the wrong thing, because I was heavily implying that Indonesia should be the one getting it. But yeah, I was surprised actually that Singapore secured it. Yeah, probably some kind of miscommunication communication there, especially since Albert did not use his retribution. But overall, right now, GPL is on the top side of the map. Vin is there. Probably not the best target for you to use your Way of the Dragon unless it's a confirmed kill.
Yeah, but there are 3 members of Team Singapore here, so if they are aware of it, it looks like JPL will go for it. Gets the Way of the Dragon onto Vin, kicks him back. The rest of his team is here to follow up, but then it's Rage already picking up the kill, and they pick up the Savior in the mid lane as well. Sayla making his own plays in the mid lane.
Yeah, this is what we talked about, how Sayla is very good in the mid lane, especially with a hero like Kagura, where he will be the one doing the catching. He will catch you off guard. He will burst you down so fast. I feel like Sans really did not see that coming. The Yin Yang overturn probably did a little bit more damage than he was opting for.
What I have to wonder though is that, is Sans a mid laner normally? I'm not sure if he is. I was aware that he was registered as more of a jungle player, so having him in this position instead of Luminaire is giving him a little bit of time to play. But I wonder, what is the Team Indonesia's plans here?
Well, to be fair, this is a dream team, so they probably have cooked up a different set of formulas where perhaps they need a jungler perspective in the mid lane to make a certain strategy work. Either ways, we're going to look at Vin. Vin has been caught out. He's going to be the first one to die over here. Soul with very, very low HP. R7 is going to get caught out, but he used his Purify to run away. Singapore wanted to get more off of that, but unable to. Indonesia will change their focus over to the turtle.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the victory for Indonesia there, because even though they lost out Vin and should be the ones giving up the turtle, they were still able to steal it away, and now they're challenging the purple buff. Not too sure. Nope, they were not able to take it away from Hermanison, but now they're challenging for his life, almost taking out the Team Singapore jungler.
R7 is proving to be quite a nuisance because he's gonna scale up, making it very difficult for actually Team Singapore to do anything about it unless Adamir finishes his Demon Hunter Sword. Then he can start to give problems towards Indonesia, and then Indonesia got a very, very good kill over there. Akai trying to push Baxia, but not able to. Double kill given over to CW.
Yep, and Sayla gonna miss out on the Yin Yang overturn as well. That's gonna be a 2-for-0 trade as Team Indonesia just breaks down the top tier 1. They are aware that they're mostly in the top lane though, so I think Soul should use this opportunity to push the tower. Unfortunately, he has no minion wave.
Yeah, right now Soul is really just buying his own time, and I don't know what happened over there, but San securing a kill onto Sayla. Soul is there. He has been found by R7, but it looks like it's not going to translate too much.
Yeah, Soul going to be very tanky on the Masha. 3 HP bars is very difficult to knock down, but the Iron Hook set up by the Mystic Field gets the kill onto the Joe. Adamir trying to do some damage as Hermanison comes in from the back line with the heavy spin. Gonna be pushing R7 underneath the tower, but not enough to get the kill. And Team Indonesia will be able to walk out.
Yeah, right now, ever since Akai has been revamped, he is quite a unique hero to play. Just because Soul HP is very, very, very low. And I don't know, personally for me, I played the Akai quite a few times. It takes a little bit getting used to because it's essentially the same skill, but the ultimate actually works in a slightly different way. I can't explain how, but it just feels different, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely something that takes a little bit of adjusting to. I would think that Hermanison is quite comfortable with it because otherwise it would be quite dangerous to draft that hero here in the SEA Games. But Team Indonesia, they already have the advantage. They're taking the turtle, a flicker forward into the Bloody Hunt, forces out the heavy spin. That's going to be a kill onto Vin, I think, but Dawning Light doing a lot of damage to JPL, who's going to get jumped on by Albert, getting the kill onto the Cho. They now lock down another. That's going to be another kill going over to Team Indonesia, as now we can see the remaining members of Team Singapore are jumping right into the center. Soul taking a lot of damage, as now Adamir flickers in with the Wesker's Elotion, gets a kill onto the Baxia. They're going to be able to pick up yet another double kill going over to Adamir. Sailor walks out with a sliver of HP.
That was a crazy play. Okay, here's the thing. He flickered in front. He tried to get the kill. The moment he didn't secure it, and then we see what an amazing Iron Hook from Vin. Trying to kill up Adamir, and Adamir still manages to kite himself away from Vin. What an impressive gold laner from Singapore.
Yeah, that was really, really calmly done by Adamir there on the Beatrix. Getting hooked at that point with such low HP. Lots of players would typically panic at that point. But not only does he not, he gets to put some more damage into the mid-tier 1 and then just back out with the dash. Really calm and collected decision making.
Yeah, right now Adamir just finished his Malefic Roar, so the next damage on the Wesker is really gonna hurt a lot. CW right now 3-0-3. For the side of Indonesia and Singapore, in terms of the kill, it's roughly the same, 7 with 7, but Indonesia does have a 2,000 gold lead. Singapore, they're moving together. The same can be said for the side of Indonesia.
We can see 3 members of Team Singapore waiting in the bush. They want to try and gank R7, but this is a difficult target to try and go on. So far, they're still hanging around the mid lane to see if they can pick off squishier members of Team Indonesia, but they're all on the bottom lane. They want this tier 2.
Yeah, right now looking at the itemization, Masha is getting very, very tanky, already having the Sky Guardian helmet, the Molten Essence, and JPL is... I can see JPL was thinking about it, whether he wants to commit onto R7 or not. I feel it's a good idea not to, and that was so close. Vin almost got JPL there.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad because they need the throw. They need their roamer around to be able to contest this Lord. Team Indonesia already forced to reset it because they weren't able to get the pickoff they were looking for, and thus too dangerous to go for this objective right now. They still have the net worth lead, but Team Singapore are definitely putting up a really strong fight against this powerhouse team.
Yeah, JPL is just looking for the right time, the right angle to give a kill over to Adamir. And Sela is just going to try and look for CW or Suns. The moment he gets to burst them out fast, the rest of the side of Indonesia, their damage is lower compared to both of these players. So the moment they have CW or Suns, Singapore can really just jump the gun and say, you know what, let's go for it.
And they definitely need to do that. But now Adamir gets picked off with the dawning light, giving it over to the enemy team. And now it's go time for Team Indonesia. They're right on top of JPL, forcing him to get away with the Jeet Kune Do. Should be able to escape, but that's going to be costing Remanescent his life as the following Star Moon finds him. Heavy Spin getting him out. Does he actually walk out of this? Yes, he does.
I didn't. I thought he was 100% dead there. But either way, this is a good situation for Team Indonesia to secure the Lord. Now that Team Singapore, they have to understand that they have to take care of their positioning, because even if it's just Albert, even if it's just R7 or Vin, which you don't really associate a lot of damage with, Suns can dish out damage anywhere on the map. Looking at the itemization here, he already has the Clock of Destiny as well as the Lightning Truncheon. And perhaps he's going to finish it off with a Holy Crystal. We just have a lot more burst damage when he does decide to use the Dawning Light.
Yeah, what's even more dangerous though is going to be CW on this Popple and Koopa. Already 8.7k net worth by himself. 4-0 on this gold laner. Indonesia, their late game is starting to come online, and they're going to be making that known. Already taking down the mid tier 2. Remanescent waiting to look for a good ult.
Yeah, Team Singapore, they are in their own base. They're still thinking, how can they turn things around? Sans just finished off his Holy Crystal. The damage onto Adamir was a lot. The Lord is inside, and looks like Team Indonesia, they're gonna look for it. But JPL found CW, but CW was able to escape that situation. Remington got Albert. Albert forced to go in. There's nowhere for him to go. He has been killed by the Beatrix, but Indonesia, they managed to get not only the mid inhibitor turret, they almost got the bottom inhibitor turret.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty beneficial trade for Team Indonesia here. Yes, they lose Albert. Yes, they lose Sans. But these inhibitor turrets at this point of the game are going to be way more important, especially since they recognize as well that the Lord is not going to be up for a while, so they can't afford to sacrifice bodies.
Yeah, Team Singapore, they are finding moments of weakness from the side of Indonesia. JPL is just waiting for it, and they are able to escape the Dawning Light. Adamir trying to dish out damage to R7, but look at R7 not really dropping any amount of HP.
My
he gets basically 1v3. He's just there in front, and their main damage dealer could not do anything, and now their second damage dealer has been knocked out. Only Soul and Reminiscent is here to protect their own base.
R7 is just buying so much time for CW. Already 6-0. They get the cat onto Reminiscent as well. Godlike to the Popple and Koopa. Soul, the only survivor, as now the entire team of Indonesia is breaking down the base, breaking down the crystal. But JPL comes back online, but it's not going to matter because the crystal has already fallen, giving the first victory of the series over the Team Indonesia.
Singapore played very, very well, but again, looking at the dominance from Indonesia, they just, how do you say this? It's like they didn't. It's just calmly transition into a more advantageous place. It's like they did. Okay, now I know they did it so seamlessly. It was so